Was this twist to bring back Carl to prevent Annayia from quitting the show and leaving the show altogether? Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Love Island USA Season 8. Can I pull y'all for a chat today? Is that all right? Do y'all mind? Can I pull y'all for a chat? Now, I know I uploaded a lot of videos today, quite a few videos over here today regarding Love Island and all of the stuff that is going on, all of the discourse, you know what I'm saying? The backlash of Sierra and Taffy from After Sun last night. We just did a video on the first look. We also have a video about the times that Casey gave false reassurance to Annayia to basically keep her in the back pocket until it was time for him to do his big one at Casa Amor and everything else. However, there was something that I did not discuss in the first look that I didn't even peep. As far as, I had suspected when Annayia stood alone and thought that Casey was coming back to her at the recoupling, I suspected that this vote that's never been done before to bring an Islander back into the villa. Now, this has happened before, you know what I'm saying, on other franchises. It wasn't necessarily a vote, though, by the fans. It was basically production brought back specifically dumped Islanders, and they ended up in a couple with whoever the person was that they still had feelings for and all of the things. However, I felt this was specifically for Annayia, and I don't know if production really thought that she was going to choose Carl. Like, I was just of confusion at it all, because I never got, like it just felt like, for all intents and purposes, as much as she was talking about Casey, it just did not seem to me that, I just don't know. But, nonetheless, in the first look, there was a couple of things in the middle of Annayya's breakdown that she was saying that I want to get into. She had said that she really did have hope. So, again, I think she was thinking with all of the things that Casey said to her, she was still hopeful that he was going to come back alone and they were going to recouple. That he explored and realized Annayia was, she was still going to come out on top, right? Also said that this was really humiliating, right? Felt completely humiliated, right? Then she says she can't do this. She says, and I quote, "I can't do this." Because I think if you're thinking that you like somebody for 3 weeks, gotten attached, caught feelings, regardless if y'all were a couple by default on day one, you grew to have feelings for this person, you spent a lot of time with this person, y'all had a lot of conversations. You know what I'm saying? And then I think that letter, was it premature for production to have that as a recoupling this soon into the season? Before there are any couples that are established, that are closed off, that are boyfriend and girlfriend, that have said, "I love you." Like, what are we doing, right? Then Annayia says, "I want to go back home. I want to go back home." So Annayia was at her wit's end after this whole recoupling, and not just the recoupling, not even just the fact that, Casey came back with another girl. It was the conversation that ensued after, and just a completely different Casey that Annayia has not seen these first 3 weeks initially in the villa. That I think it broke her spirit. And this is where I keep stressing to have the kindness, to have the empathy, to have the sympathy, to have the grace for these people. I am not going to ever pile on. You know what I'm saying? Where clearly somebody is going through something. Where clearly, you know what I'm saying? what Annayia had envisioned, whether she was delulu about KC and didn't want to hear it after a certain point. You know what I'm saying? She got her wake-up call. It had to happen this way. That's why I did that video. It had to happen this way. Because if she would have chose Carl, but she knew KC was on the back of her mind, if she just did that just to keep herself safe, that would have been fake. And then, if you're still trying to go after and chase KC after the fact, no. Also, KC would have flipped this around that Annayia never did like him, and that would have validated the fact that he was not chosen day one. And then some of y'all, it would have validated, oh, Annayia's a colorist, she really doesn't like black men, she was just using KC for safety, I see it all, da-da-da-da-da. Like y'all know that's what some of y'all would have did. Don't try to act like y'all wouldn't, and some of y'all are still doing it now. And y'all are trying to call her crying at the fire pit and her having this whole breakdown is fake and manipulative. Have any of y'all ever cried yourself to sleep before? Have any of y'all, you know what I'm saying, had a rough situation with a significant other to the point that you cried yourself to sleep? Like some of y'all are acting brand new, like y'all never experienced heartbreak before. Like y'all never, thought something, that you were in it with somebody and then you got the rug pulled up from under you. And then imagine this happening to somebody on national TV, this being on full display. So of course you're saying, I want to go home. And to me, I feel like that's why production stepped in. So those of you that are making a big deal about Carl saying that he finds Amora pretty and Amora attractive, this would be an epic fail and an epic flop if you have presented Annayia as, I'm looking for my prince, I live in a fairy tale, everything is a Disney movie to me. You had a whole princess-themed challenge after her. You're going viral already with the princess and the frog themes and the Brandy's Cinderella themes. So, to me, Peacock, I feel like everybody should understand the assignment as far as what this is about. Carl is there for Annayia. Production specifically handpicked Carl for Annayia. Having the volleyball in common, having different experiences in their life and their travels in common. It was intentional. Unfortunately, the postcard and the heart rate challenge did not put a dent in anything for Annayia. Instead, Annayia felt bad about herself. Instead, Annayia internalized it about her behavior during Casa Amor. That she was wrong for kissing Carl outside of a challenge. That the heart rate challenge was just a challenge. KC didn't say I was done with my couple in Annayia during that live stream. Only Corbin did. So again, I don't know if it was intentional or not that production chose what they chose for the photo cards, for the postcard, or not doing a actual video like what they've done season 4, season 5, season 6, season 7. Of actual video of these men in the bed at Casa, of what they're saying to these Casa girls, so you have a full picture. Because these girls are locked in, are super attached to their OG couples, no matter how it came together. So I, at this point, don't know if even movie night is going to put a dent in these other couples because they're too locked in. They're too locked in with no closing off and no boyfriend and girlfriend and no I love you. But Carl is specifically back for Annayia. I know what he said on After Sun, that he has a wall up and all this and all of that. I still can't believe Sydney sat there with her lips puckered up to kiss, Carl and Sierra encouraging a dare, knowing daggone well these Islanders need to get back into the villa and get back into the game. I feel like Carl would understand at this point that if the America specifically voted you back in, they're voting you back in specifically for you and Annayia. that Annayia just got, you know what I'm saying? Everything just got pulled from under her and what she was envisioning her and KC to be. And you know what I'm saying? And it just got displayed and played out for everybody. So you and Amora is not going to make sense. It is not going to move the needle. Now, Amora did say she initially liked Caleb when she first got to Casa, and she's claiming that she does not want to be a part of the Sincere and Melanie sandwich. However, in the first look, it looks like there is an issue between Sincere and Melanie because the Casa girls are picking and choosing what information they want to divulge on what the OG men were doing at Casa, which I think is pretty weird, considering Amora just said at Casa Amor that Zach was flirting with everybody. And they're trying to make it seem like Zach was on his best behavior, but that's not really the facts. If he's telling Kata, oh yeah, I was doing some doing multiple kisses outside the challenge. I was doing some stuff in the bed. Like, what are we doing? So I don't know if the girls were trying to do that to sabotage or what, or to not say much, you know, in preparation for movie night. I don't know what that was about, but Carl specifically, I feel like Annayia, this is my opinion. This is no insider tea. This is no insider information. But if you are saying, I feel humiliated, I cannot do this anymore, and I want to go home, you can't tell me there wasn't a conversation with production. Can I quit the show? Can I leave the show? I am done here. I was not expecting this from KC. You know what I'm saying? And the other side is she doesn't have all the intel that we have on KC. Was Annayia ready to quit? And production hurried up and threw together this twist. Because notice also the Casa people and After Sun, we did not get a whole montage of them getting their phones back, of them seeing what's people on social media. It was almost as if that night they were in the same clothes when they brought them together in that one villa. It sounded like to me Annayya's breakdown was a lot worse than what we're going to see on this episode. That breakdown really destroyed her. And she wanted off the show. So while they technically are bringing back Carl and Amora, it's really just for Carl. They're saying Amora too to make it look good. You know what I'm saying? To make it look like something else is going to shake outside of drama with Melanie and Sincere. Really, this is back for Annayia. This was to prevent Annayia from quitting the show, you guys. That's what I feel. I feel like this took Annayia completely, you know what I'm saying, out of her element to where she was ready to be done with this. Because keep in mind, Annayya's not doing this show for money. That's the thing y'all got to understand. She genuinely came here to find love, to find a boyfriend. That's why I don't understand why people thought that she didn't really like KC. She definitely liked KC. She was physically attracted to KC and thought that KC liked her with all of his love bombing. She fell for it. Because if she didn't like KC, she would have checked out of this a long time ago and tried to be in a friendship couple with somebody else if it wasn't like that. But she fell for KC. And while she liked Carl, and maybe she thought Carl might have been too good to be true, maybe she has zero experience interracial dating or whatever the case may be, and felt like because she put in so much time with KC, that was going to outweigh anything that was going on at Casa Amor. But I am here to tell you, if you're saying I can't do this anymore and I want to go home, that sounds like to me you were trying to quit the show. That sounds like to me you were trying to get up on out of Fiji quick, fast, in a hurry because you're like, listen, look at here, I don't need this. I was here for love and I just got played. Even though there were some signs, but you rationalized against the signs and reread Casey's letter. So I feel that this emergency vote was for Carl. So it's really Carl or bust. It is really Carl or bust. This is all for Annayia to not quit the show, you guys. That's what I feel. Because if you're saying I want to go home, in the first look, and you're saying I can't do this anymore in the first look, and I'm so humiliated and I can't believe any of this, and you're breaking down like that, and you're crying yourself to sleep in soul ties, it's giving you had to be talked down to stay the course on this show. It's giving there's some course correction going on to save a dumped Casa person, i.e. bring back Carl. That was it, and that was all, you guys. That was the whole point of this. So it's going to be interesting, like I said, to see how this plays out. I hope we get Annayia and Carl interaction tonight to see what the vibes are, but I feel like they are going to cliffhanger us until tomorrow, and I'm not going to be feeling it. I am not going to be featuring it, but that's what they do on these shows. You know what I'm saying? They're going to wait till the last 5 minutes to bring out, you know what I'm saying, Carl and Amora from the birthday cakes to pop up and surprise everybody, and we need a conversation, but really more importantly, we need a date. We need a date with Carl and Annayia, and I really hope that they send them on a date. I hope they send Amora and Melanie on a date so she can talk about, you know what I'm saying, what really went down at Casa Amora with Sincere, or they might send Amora on the date with Sincere so that she can ask further questions as to why she was dumped. But nonetheless, that's it for this video. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you think Annayia was about to quit the show? Do you think she was done with the show? And that is why production stepped in to allegedly have this vote back, i.e. really it is to just bring back Carl. I.e. it is just really to bring back Carl because it was like everything just came crashing down for Annayia. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.